Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on Tea Time, where we bring you entertainment news, views, analysis, and the latest buzz in showbiz. I'm Takumbo Taiwo, and I'm here with both Ifes, Ife Square, Ife Omai and Ife Oshunkeye. Good morning, you two. So, are you guys ready to tell us, what went down? Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? You guys went out, didn't you?
Oh yeah, GT.
I don't know why we're still bringing that, because we're going to see that on Saturday and Sunday.
Over the weekend.
Just look out for Plus events, 4:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Then you can have.
Any plans for the weekend?
Well,
oh, you're going out tonight. Okay, before I come back to you, let's hear what Ife has to. Are you going out this weekend
as
well?
Plan my
anything. It just happens. Ife is spontaneous like that. Yes, spontaneity is his middle name.
I was out last night and I didn't plan it.
Okay. So you're going to be doing more of that tonight?
Yeah, Millie Rocking.
Okay.
So tell me, he knows where you're going to.
It's just a girls' night thing. Just to,
Can I be your Bobrisky?
No, please.
Would that be too risky for you guys?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Bob to risky.
Okay. Time to bring you up to date on the latest stories this morning, and the drama sizzles on as Britney Spears' mom allegedly stops her from having a tell-all interview. Okay, so she's just recently come out from her 1 month stuff that she's doing, and I think rehab, and I think she's trying to reassure her fans that she's okay and perfectly. Yeah. And but her mom is not having any of it, and apparently there's having some little kind of family
dispute.
Yes, and that for every time. What's her name now? Britney wants to come out and say something. The mom hinders, and that they're at each other's throats over this. I really don't know why. I know that moms usually do things for the best interest of the daughters, or their children generally. But I think it's okay if Britney wants to say that. And
I was gonna say, I'm really surprised that the mom has that kind of
attitude,
influence over adults. She could do whatever interview she wants, except the mom is also a manager or something, but I don't know why.
No, it's because even
she's
from
been
the get-go
in a career.
Yes, but she didn't want the title manager. She didn't want to be involved in.
So unofficially, she's
unofficially,
the manager, right?
No, but I think now she wants what is, I think, in the best interest of Britney. But at the end of the day, I think it's questionable.
Yeah.
So I really don't know.
Maybe there's also something that she doesn't want to come up.
Okay, yes, because one of the things, before I even give my view, let Ife share his initial thoughts.
Part of the thing that's all that she's being spoken to like a child, and what came to mind was the Free Britney movements that got sparked a few weeks back when they said she was being held at the mental facility against her will. So maybe this all-tell interview may reveal too much of the family secret and all the dirty things they don't want to come out, but eventually she's like you said, she's a grown woman and she would decide to do whatever she wants. Right now she even wants her mom to back off, and if things get out of hand, she could even move out and be like, okay, I don't want you guys involved in whatever I'm doing anymore. And then she just...
But at the end of the day, it's all about love that they have for Britney. It's not like they're trying to control her or anything.
But you don't know that, because if they're saying her dad was the one that forced her to go to the... You get
No, but that's what we don't know. That's what we don't know.
Exactly.
So
and then it sounds like Britney's the kind of person that you kind of have to micromanage, especially her history of mental breakdown and all of that stuff.
And that's what the woman is trying to
protect her, that the media, but the social media backlash, depending on what she wants to say, this tell it all might not be something that Britney needs at the moment.
No,
maybe.
One of the things that I saw basically is that that for every time, according to the mom, that for every time Britney comes out and does a tell-all interview,
it's always a mess.
she's always a mess, and that afterwards, and that's what she's trying to prevent.
Ends up being a mess.
That one way or another she doesn't handle it well. So that's what she's trying to prevent. So, like I said, it's good intentions, but I think the way she's going about it is probably what is difficult for people to adjust to. But on the whole, I think she's posted something on Instagram. I didn't personally see it, but I think she said something along the lines that she's perfectly fine, but
I did see that post. She said she's fine. She's fine. Her and her family are trying to just use the spirit to heal, together. I think they've been through a lot. Maybe off the records, we don't know what that entails.
It's a bad illness. That's what they think.
There probably even is more. I mean, every family has an issue. Like,
exactly.
It's not a.
Okay, so knowing her mother's side, do you think she should do this tell-all or not?
I personally don't think it's necessary for everyone to know about your life. And putting Britney into consideration, if she's really not in a place of like I don't know, if she's not very stable mentally, especially someone coming out of the rehab, if there's questions that she doesn't want to surface, I don't think she should.
Britney is usually very good with interviews. She tells it all.
Right after has a breakdown.
That's the thing.
I don't know if maybe if her mother thinks that this is what's best for her. I mean, she doesn't know. I don't know Britney more than her mom does, so I would say I would go for that. But at the end of the day, it's Britney's.
So Britney should actually ultimately make the decision.
Yeah, she's a grown woman. You can do whatever you want.
Well, I wanted to grant this tell-all interview so that we can actually know
what's really going on.
Because a lot of people have been worried. A lot of our fans have been posting stuff. They even protested the free Britney thing.
Yeah.
So I think this tell-all interview would be great for our fans to be carried along with everything that's been going on.
And it may actually help Britney to put it behind her.
Exactly.
My only worry is that these fans that are worried also come. They also come with throws as
fans.
In quotes.
Saying that I think what should be done is that the interview should be managed. See the questions beforehand. Know which one you do not want to answer.
You know how these people are. They get very funny.
And then
but I'm just saying if that's the case, if it really has to be like that,
whoever the media company are, they're not going to agree to that anyway. Exactly.
Even if they say that, by the time you start live, they've asked you a question like you didn't want to talk about.
And we've seen one or two interviews where, even when they've seen the questions beforehand, they still ask the question, or even when they give instructions that they don't want to be asked this particular, they still ask them, and then it becomes much of a complete mess.
Sure.
All right, time for a break. When we return, we'll be bringing you the latest scoop, the latest news, and the latest headlines on Wendy Williams. So stay right here, and we'll be right back. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can't live here.
My real names are Akbofiofo Akbolubomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere. It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. Time for our next story. Apparently, according to a former intern, Wendy Williams often cries at work. Okay, so this shouldn't really be surprising to us, considering all of the things that she's gone through, especially with her, should we say ex? I don't know if technically they've even divorced, because we know she did file, but we don't. Yes, Kevin. So based on, what's going on between the two of them and the alleged baby mama drama.
My biggest question is, how is an ex-intern seeing Wendy cry? If she's
at the time.
She said that
at the time.
Wendy had an office called the Pink Room, where interns were allowed to come in and come out. It was always packed with interns. You get like, as an intern, you need to be around the main anchor to be able to learn a few things. So
even if you're not around the main anchor, you would know what's going on.
Was she crying even before this thing?
Yeah, like
she's Wendy cry before.
They've been.
So when has she been an ex? Like when did she see her cry, and while she's no longer?
You're questioning her.
I'm not.
Okay.
It's not rocket science that Wendy should be crying with all that's going on.
But she's saying it was way before all of this happened.
So she's been a crier before this event.
Yeah. So what they didn't know, there's been
because she didn't tell
of
exactly
abuse, of domestic violence.
Right.
And even when the whole mistress thing started, she was keeping it all under wraps before she eventually.
And then she was
Wendy's
also
someone that's really interesting because I used to watch her before. The only reason why I stopped was because she's quite mean when she comes to how she delivers her stories.
In terms of when she does her hot topics.
Yeah, even how you doing, like the whole thing. It's just a bit too much.
Rehearsed.
No, a bit too much in terms of like the shots fired, the meanness and all of that stuff.
But you do realize though that she actually came down on the show because she used to be a radio presenter and it was much worse. So on the TV show she was actually better.
Somewhere. So I'm saying that the kind of person that like is into that kind of method of delivering news where it's very petty, you don't consider people's emotions, you spill a lot of tea. It's very hard now that people wouldn't take advantage or even just want to like maybe not offense but let her feel it. Do you get what I mean? Because
have a taste of your own medicine.
Exactly. That's where I'm going.
Who's going to give her the taste? That's the thing. I don't know who else does.
It's on blogs and everything. People are carrying her story really well because she always said on TV about how they were a happy couple, especially when she talks about Beyonce and Jay-Z and all their issues, because she worked with them, so she always had a lot of insights on Jay-Z, and she'd be very mean and talk about how like their marriage is a scam and it's all fake and all that stuff, and she would talk about how her husband and her are just perfect and blah blah blah. So
meanwhile,
so now that this is happening, it's very hard to like really feel. I mean, I feel for her, but like it feels hard to like. Do you know how it feels now? Because I bet you she would want comfort as well from the media, people to side her, but she never gave that out.
Yeah, but the thing is, she will always have fans regardless of what we do, and they're always going to come.
I was going to say that because right now she's having a lot of love being poured out to her.
Yes.
A lot of people are really commenting, making sure that she gets back on her feet because when the Williams show is a show that a lot of people watch. So,
but on the flip side, there's still a lot of people who are
happy a personality and a personal life. Her TV personality, that's who she chooses to be. She's very professional with what she does. She's not biased.
I would disagree that that's professional. It's nothing professional about like subbing people and like.
No, but that's what she's known for. That's what I'm saying. That's her personality.
I agree, but you say that that's professional.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me give you an example. Charlamagne the God. Charlamagne the God is a radio presenter in America. He's very brash with his guests, his opinions. Even if you're his friend,
but best believe that he shouldn't be asking for mercy when the tables are flipped. Is my point.
She's not asking anybody for mercy.
I'm just saying.
The fact that you are not sympathetic with the situation right now.
I am. I don't think anyone.
I am very sympathetic with her because this is a woman that has been trying to keep her home together regardless of everything that's been going on in her life. So that is very commendable. A lot of women would have just walked out
right from the get-go.
But she tried to make it work, and it didn't work.
I'm not saying that what is happening to her. This is not an R. Kelly thing. It's not an R. Kelly thing. I'm very loud.
Let me show you what you're practically doing. Yeah, you're doing like this. Wendy, fine.
No, I'm not. See, for example, R. Kelly deserves everything that's happening to him. I even feel like he hasn't even started getting the consequences. Like more should happen. But with Wendy, I'm not saying that her being married to a scumbag that's even now cheating and adding gays and all that stuff. I'm not saying she deserves that, but I'm saying the media presence, how we carry the news, or who carries the news, and how you just know what I mean. I don't think she has any ground to ask for like respect or mercy.
But she's not asking.
She's not even asking. Yeah.
She's not even asking. She's just getting it.
Because she hasn't said out loud that I'm not asking doesn't mean she doesn't want it. Do you think Wendy would?
Wendy didn't grant an interview. It was an intern
to be on the media and be backlash for that. Do you think anybody would want that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay.
For Wendy to be backlash?
Yes. Do you,
If there's anything wrong with, if anybody feels the same way you're feeling right now, I bet they will be in the media saying,
Exactly, straight
and
away.
they are.
Yeah, a few people are.
Exactly.
How much, but she's getting more love. than
Well,
she
you don't
is
know.
right
Have you done a poll and say who loves Wendy, who doesn't love Wendy?
No, she's
from the
not
comments-
getting that
from the
much
comments
backlash.
section, you can
Yeah.
tell.
She's not getting backlash because she didn't do anything wrong. I'm saying you're missing my point. I'm not talking about her issue. I'm talking about the media representation, her persona.
You know what?
Saying
If
is, do
anything,
not
the
make-
situation actually makes people even much more endeared towards her because
Yeah, I guess
she's showing her real self and her real personality.
Yeah, that's what I'm
There's
saying.
nothing
Do not
fake
mix
about her.
our
So what-
professional personality and our person. Do not mix it. When she's
What
on
are you talking
when
about?
she's on our show, when she's on our show and she decides to
be mean and insult
mean to
people, that's just professional.
That's who she
That's
is. That's why people watch Wendy Williams. That's the reason. That's the selling point of the
Of her show.
Right.
That's the brand. Do
Right.
you understand?
So that's not her personality, she's acting.
She obviously she's a very soft person. She got drunk. She's always saying she's a crier. Obviously she's a soft
Okay,
person. So all
guys.
that she's putting up a show on.
I hope
while she's on the Wendy
for
Williams
the
show.
best that this whole thing settles and
Okay.
that we are nice about it. But I'm just saying, for someone who used to be in people's mouths about
Other
infidelity
You sound like
and all
50
of that
Cent right
stuff.
now.
Don't-
Yeah, because 50 Cent.
Okay, guys,
whistle against
guys,
you.
let's move on to our next story.
Efficient.
Yeah, we're talking OAP Gbemi, who slams those who don't make money from social media by saying that you're wasting your time. Okay, so let me come to Ife first.
Which one?
I knew it. It's like she's going to go there. Okay, let me come to Ife Oshikeye first.
Okay.
Well, I totally agree with this because I just started doing something recently and it's actually working for me because when you're on social media, you just need to make sure that whatever you're doing, it's either it's impacting life. You know, a lot of people put off stuff like Naira Marley is being backlash because of the support for Yahoo boys and all of that. So at the end of the day, when you're on social media, try to make some money. There are a lot of people that through social media, they have become social media influencers, you know, they influence brands and stuff like that. So even if you're not making money, make sure what you're putting out there and you're not deceiving people and you're not living a fake life and you're not misdirecting the younger generation. So I think I totally agree with what Bimi's saying.
Okay, what about you? Do you agree?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think you should be on any platform for too long or anything for too long if you're not making your money or getting some kind of benefit from that. I think social media already has just, it's a stigma in our generation of people wasting a lot of time and being less productive because of their time spent
Trying
on
to
that
troll
place, trolling,
celebrities.
putting comments and emphasizing. I mean, I'll only be talking about celebrities now because I'm getting paid to do that. But if somebody else who is on social media in their room and hasn't started their business or opened a YouTube channel or doing something productive is spending all that time on social media without any money made. But I don't think that...
So have you monetized all of your social media handles?
I mean, I used to be a YouTuber.
Okay.
And when I was a YouTuber, I didn't monetize because I was in Africa, and that was like 5-6 years ago, and they didn't have a YouTube platform or like office or whatever in Africa, so we didn't have that. But I was getting brand deals and stuff. So even if it's not physical money, I was still getting some kind of like
Compensation.
Yeah.
Okay, well
for my
done.
time.
Well done. So we agree with her, all of us, I would imagine.
definitely.
I mean, you don't want to also like take it too extra and then say that we shouldn't be on social media because someone can read it that way and say that if you're not making money, then don't
that's
be
it.
like, okay, she can calm down. Like I'm allowed to have leisure on social media.
Yeah. All right, time for another break. When we come back, it'll be time for one more explosive story. Don't go anywhere and don't miss it.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
He suffered equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, dem go beat you.
Na 2,500 I dey pay.
welcome back. It's still tea time right here on Plus TV Africa, and we're swiftly moving on to our next story, which is on Tonto Dikeh, who says all the celebrities she didn't call out are not important. Okay, so the Tonto drama has been building up, you know, ever since we actually launched our interview.
Of course.
So
is it fair to say we're the pioneers of that drama?
And the best interview.
You know.
Okay, since considering that we had several interviews or a couple of interviews, not just one. There's a lot of drama that has gone on with Tonto Dikeh because a few celebrities have reacted and told her to sort of calm down.
And she's reacted to every single one
of them. Yes. And it was really quite funny, to be honest. First of all, I think it started with one of the actresses. I think it was Funke. And then Funke responded saying that she has a black belt.
She was going to beat.
Tonto started.
And then Tonto is also saying, "Come, you think it's weight and taekwondo? I'll also fight you." It's kind of ratchet.
Like she's going to make her eat a poop, and I'm like, why are you being so dirty?
She's very dramatic.
Do you know the funny part was when she threw Ike? Because
that's the thing. I was like, you know what? Before we even get to Ike, it was just epic.
She was like, just don't let me talk because after I sue you, I'll make sure I get an X-ray.
Oh, that was just. And I'm like,
so I think she's just emphasizing the fact that Ike is actually gay.
But you see, for me, that is like we call it like the bully.
A low blow.
The bully response. He's talking about something. Hit that conversation. Rather than going around and saying, it's like I said to you, like Tokumbo, you're not early to work today. Why did you do that? And then you say, what about you? Fix your life. Your mother is this, and your father is this, and your husband is like. That's not the point. I'm telling you about a certain situation, and you're deviating. Whether or not the X-ray shows this guy has been smashed in the ass crack or whatever, it still doesn't dispute.
This is another show altogether.
It still doesn't dispute the fact that he had a point in saying, "Are you being considerate about?"
No, but what she didn't like, let me be honest, because what she didn't like was the fact that what she didn't like is because I think she was saying that they should have contacted her directly to say that. But for them to actually come out on social media means that they had an ulterior motive. And that's why she was really upset with the both of them, that they could have spoken to her. And then let's not forget, I think someone like Bobrisky, and then yes, especially like with Funke, she didn't even bother to tag her when she said, because she didn't want Tonto Dikeh to get heed of, you know, what she had said.
I don't think so.
No, that's how she read into it. And that's why she was responding so negatively. And then someone like Bobrisky, who we all know is her own friend, was actually fighting Funke on social media as well regarding this particular case. And that's what Tonto Dikeh likes. She likes all of the support, and then, you know, if you show any kind of negativity, especially on social media, she reacts.
Make it right because you don't like the negative aspect. So that means you must come out and insult people.
I totally 100% agree with everything from Adesina posted. She's taking it down now, but it's still on, you know, the internet never forgets, definitely. So she was like, you don't need to grant every interview, or you don't need validation from others for people to... You know,
but she does. Do you think she needs validation? And then let's not forget...
And then she kept saying that you keep saying you do not care, but deep inside you care.
That she really does
and then
care.
you're still hiding in the shadow of this, your ex-husband. Let it go. If you actually... If you're divorced, if you're done with this guy, please can we just...
Okay, guys, but you know, let me quickly say something, because apparently what Tonto was saying is that when they first had problems, that, you know, he was always coming out to actually have interviews, and she was quiet for the last 2 years. I don't know how true that is, but that she was quiet all the way through. So now that she's coming out to say something, let no one, you know, come out to her.
My only beef with her was when she started responding to these celebrities in an insulting, almost aggressive manner. I don't support that. But Tonto Dikeh granting interviews, there's nothing wrong with that. I know it's hearsay, but if this woman's stories are true, that she's been abused, she's not getting child support, that needs to be addressed. And then he's had interviews before that.
Exactly. In fact, he's actually had a recent one now.
And that was the response. That's what triggered her to start going on these interviews, where he was saying, I honored her because she was 4 months pregnant.
Exactly.
And then and I pay my school fee. So it's back and forth of any. She has every right to use her voice, whether or not you want her to heal fast in her room, outside of interviews. She's allowed to have interviews. I totally agree with that.
But do you think, you know, with her, hell has no fury?
Do you hope to be a mother someday?
Why does that matter?
Oops.
Do you want to be a mother?
Why does that? What's your point?
If you eventually become a mother, would you want your child to be very proud of you?
What is that? So what you're saying that Tonto's
I'm getting somewhere.
You'll get to the point a lot faster.
We haven't got time. We're rounding up soon.
If you're going to deflect my questions, then I'm just going
because
to
I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, look, Tonto really doesn't need to grab. One interview is fine, 2 is fine, but when you start doing like
do whatever she
a proper
wants.
tour, like just bashing one person. Now, this child is going to grow up. He's going to see all these interviews. And then he would get to choose. Right now, he can be all supportive and be with his mother, but at the end of the day, when he becomes a legal adult, he will get to choose.
And you think you'll go for someone that grants interviews over somebody who's not paying?
Do you know what? We're not in their lives.
And so why are you making that stance if you're not in their lives either?
Yeah, because this is interview.
It's based on public knowledge.
All right, guys.
Exactly.
All right, guys.
He doesn't pay.
All right, guys. Child support. All right, guys.
Please, it's not
Tonto was
someone.
calmed. She should accept it.
Yeah, but she's ranting. She has accepted and she's ranting. Exactly, that's what she's saying.
She hasn't done anything harmful.
Okay, guys, I think with all of those stories, you are now up to date on all things entertainment. We're back later this afternoon. Until then, a big thank you to my colleagues in the studio, both Ife Oshinkeye and Ife Omai. And I can't leave out the entire production team, as well as our group of stylists, Kutis Empire and Liz Harrison. I'm Tokumbo Tai. We're saying thanks for watching and have yourself a good morning.